Okay, notes for this evening. High energy, don't worry about the jumper, don't give away the Japan result. Okay, have a good broadcast, everyone. Let's have the background up. Konnichiwa. Konya no Rugby e yokoso. The weather's getting colder, the table's getting wobblier, and the rugby's getting crisper and crasper and crosper. Let's go straight into the games today then. 3 of them on the second Super Saturday. Argentina and Tonga looking to make amends in Pool C for their earlier losses. Japan and Ireland looking to continue their winning starts in Pool A. And in Pool B, Namibia looking to not die against South Africa. Let's have a look at them now in 80 minutes in 80 seconds.
80 minutes in 80 seconds.
Oh yes, it's 80 minutes in 80 seconds. 3 matches today. Argentina versus Tonga, Ireland versus Japan, and Namibia versus South Africa. All looking pretty one-sided on paper then. Maybe the middle one could cause some interest. Japan, the hosts, against Ireland. But in 9 previous meetings, it is 9-0 to Ireland. Japan haven't even come within 20 points in the professional era. We're going to mostly ignore South Africa and Namibia. I'll just shout try occasionally, and you'll know it's for them. Can I have 80 seconds on the clock, please? Thank you. Jesus. And here we go. Try. Tamura's missed a penalty for Japan early on. Montoya, the hooker, scored for Argentina. Odupieta converts to give them a 7-0 lead. Try. A try for Ireland. Ireland have taken the lead. Carty's missed a conversion, but it's still 5-0. Yellow card for Namibia. That's going to make things even better. Tamura scored a penalty. Try for South Africa. That's another try for Argentina. Montoya, a second try. 14 points to 0. Another try for Argentina. 21-0 to the Argentinians. Carney scored a try to stretch Ireland's lead a little bit more. And Namibia have a point. Let's celebrate that. And then get straight back into it because South Africa have scored another try and a hat-trick from Montoya in the first half. The hooker of Argentina has scored a hat-trick. Argentina leading 28-0 barely after half an hour. And he's the top try scorer so far then. Tamura and Japan are back within a score. It's 12-6. We're coming up to half-time. Tamura gets another penalty and try to South Africa. And that's it. That's half-time. Breathe, please. Thank you. Right then, so Argentina leading 28-7. We just missed the Tongan try at the death there. Japan 9-12 behind. It's closer than we might have expected, but Ireland, maybe they'll pull away in the second half. And Namibia with that wonderful 3 points. Here's the Namibian Prime Minister celebrating against South Africa's 31. Second half, we're already underway. Namibia have missed a chance for more points. What a shame. Try, a second try for Mapimpi for South Africa. They're really stretching out now. It's 45 points to 3. Tamura's missed for Japan. That could have drawn them level. Try for the South African, And a try for Japan. That's incredible. Japan have scored a try. It's converted by Tamura. They're 16 points to 12 up on the hour mark. No points for Ireland so far in this second half. Tonga have scored another one. Vienna has scored the missed conversion. No points either for Argentina in this half. They're still on 28. Ireland's still on 12. Another Namibian's been yellow carded. That's not going to help anyone at all in the world. And South Africa have scored a try through captain Shock Brits. That's converted. South Africa big lead. But let's focus on this game against Ireland-Japan. Apart from for a moment when we see Nico Sanchez missing a penalty for Argentina. No one really cares about that because Japan and Ireland are going head-to-head within a score in the last 10 minutes. Tamura's got another penalty. Japan have stretched their lead to 7. And it's full time. Japan have won it. This has been 80 minutes in 80 seconds.
80 minutes in 80 seconds.
Wonderful scenes then for Japan, the host nations for the second World Cup running. They have beaten the Green Giants. Ho, ho, ho. Let's have a look at the Pool A table then. Japan on top with 2 from 2 from 2. Ireland in second. They're still quite well placed to make the quarterfinals, but there's so much up in the air throw Scotland and maybe a handy Samoan team into the mix, and the end of Pool A could be very interesting indeed. Our thanks too to Japanese captain Michael Leach, who said it was a wonderful result for such a small nation. Japan, of course, only with 130 million people in their country, Ireland struggling to make up the numbers for a nice game of badminton. The other results today then, a bit more straightforward. Argentina got a bonus point and got themselves back into contention in Pool C. However, they will be concerned that they failed to score a single point after the half-hour mark. South Africa, as predicted, nailed Namibia and absolutely burnt them. The highest score of the World Cup so far, 57-3. But now it's time to look forward to the next day, or tomorrow. One of the biggest matches of the tournament so far, Wales versus Australia in Pool D. The two sides have a rich Rugby World Cup history, and to fully do that justice, I'm going to have to put on a hat and coat and really pretend to be a little bit more Welsh. Fucking, just fucking cut to the clip, just cut to the clip.
Hey, Wales and Australia are old World Cup rivals. They've played each other too many times to count, and tomorrow they'll play each other again. Today we're going to count the previous times that Australia played Wales, and we're all very excited, aren't we?
In 1987, our heroes beat England in the quarter-final, and then in the third place playoff, they beat Australia.
However, it was a different story in 1991. Wales lost to Australia and Western Samoa, crashing out in the pool stage. In South Africa, 1995, Wales failed again, but didn't face Australia. New Zealand and Ireland were enough to knock them out in the pool stage. And then in 99, the home World Cup, all eyes were on Wales. They faced Australia and lost again. And then in 2007, Wales were knocked out in the pool stage, losing to Australia again. In 2011, it was a repeat in 1987. Wales faced Australia in the playoff, but in 2011, Wales lost. In 2015, it was back to Cardiff. Wales, having beaten England, lost to the Aussies again. And now here we are, 2019. What will happen next? We just lost so many times to Australia. Who am I kidding? We're absolutely
Forward to that game tomorrow after actual heroes with sexy fly halves Uruguay face Georgia. No Bear Grylls today, but he'll be back tomorrow for the last of his skills tests. So we're going to go right on to the predictions. Today, of course, Hart got 3 out of 3, predicting Japan to beat Ireland. Head just 2 out of 3 then. So Hart moves on to 10 with Head on 12. Tomorrow for Georgia versus Uruguay. Head will go for Georgia, Hart for Uruguay. For Wales versus Australia, Head and Hart for Wales there. After a wonderful day of rugby, with the second big shock of the tournament, we'll see you then. Bye.